Have you ever wondered what happens when the world's most decorated football nation, Brazil, collides with the harsh reality of playing thousands of feet above sea level? Well, that's exactly what unfolded recently when the Seleção faced Bolivia under the leadership of their new superstar manager, Carlo Ancelotti. Many fans have been saying that Brazil didn't even need Neymar anymore, that the team was strong enough to dominate the world without him. But in just 90 minutes, those bold claims started to fall apart. Brazil, a team loaded with extraordinary talent, and now led by a coach with one of the richest trophy cabinets in football history, entered the game as overwhelming favorites. They had every reason to believe victory was already in their hands. After all, Bolivia has rarely been a serious obstacle for the five-time world champions. But this time, the story was different. The match was played in one of the most difficult football environments in the world, La Paz, Bolivia, sitting more than 13,000 feet above sea level. This stadium is notorious for punishing even the fittest of athletes. The oxygen is thinner, breathing is harder, and running for 90 minutes feels like a battle against your own body. Brazil, despite all their star power, were visibly struggling. Passes weren't crisp, movements lacked sharpness, and the energy simply wasn't there. On the other hand, Bolivia looked like a team possessed. Hungry for a World Cup ticket, they pressed harder, ran faster, and took advantage of every opportunity. And while Brazil's defense and midfield tried to keep shape, one major weakness became glaringly obvious: the lack of a true playmaker. For decades, Brazil has always had that one magician in the middle of the park, someone who can unlock defenses with a single touch or a moment of genius. In this match, that role was missing, and there was only one name echoing in the minds of millions of fans: Neymar Jr. Yes, the same Neymar whom many critics said Brazil no longer needed. The same Neymar who has been criticized for injuries, inconsistency, and even lifestyle choices. But as Bolivia closed down Brazil's attacking channels, it became painfully clear, without Neymar, this team doesn't have anyone else in the squad who can play that decisive role of creator-in-chief. Carlo Ancelotti, also known as Don Carlo, surely felt that himself on the touchline. This was his chance to test Brazil's depth, to prove that the Seleção could thrive even without their superstar. But instead, what he got was a harsh lesson. Brazil, without Neymar, lacks creativity. They can dominate possession, they can defend solidly, but when it comes to breaking down a determined opponent, they look toothless. Interestingly, Neymar was fully fit for this window. He had even played a full 90 minutes for Santos in Brazil's domestic league. Yet Ancelotti left him out of the national team squad, citing concerns over recent injuries. To many fans, this was more than just a tactical decision. It felt like a message. Was Ancelotti trying to show that Neymar is not part of his long-term plans? Was this Italy's legendary coach preparing Brazil for life after Neymar? But now, after the shocking defeat against Bolivia, the conversation has shifted. What once looked like a bold statement of intent is starting to look like a mistake. Whispers from inside the Brazilian football community are growing louder. Neymar could be on his way back for the next match. And this creates a fascinating storyline. Will Carlo Ancelotti swallow his pride and recall Neymar, admitting that the Seleção still needs their talisman? Or will he double down, sticking with his philosophy that Brazil must build without relying on one superstar? For Neymar, this is more than just about football. It's about legacy. Critics have often accused him of falling short on the biggest stages, of never quite living up to the impossible expectations set for him since his teenage years. But if there's one thing Neymar has always done, it's proving people wrong when it matters most. If Ancelotti brings him back, the pressure will be on Neymar not just to perform, but to show the world that he is still the beating heart of Brazil's attack. So, as the next international window approaches, all eyes are on this delicate relationship, Ancelotti and Neymar. Two giants of the game, one trying to guide Brazil to their sixth World Cup title, the other desperate to prove that his story with the national team isn't finished yet. One thing is certain: the Bolivia game was more than just a defeat. It was a reminder that even the strongest teams in the world have weaknesses. And for Brazil, that weakness might be the absence of Neymar Jr. So what do you think? Should Neymar return to the starting lineup and reclaim his role as Brazil's number 10? Or should Ancelotti continue building a new Brazil without him? The debate is heating up, and the future of the Seleção may depend on the answer.